Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So today I want to discuss self-responsibility and the role that self-responsibility can play in your life. Now, yes, things happen to us. Things of all types of things can happen to us. I've been through a lot in my life also. But one thing that I've realized from, hundreds and hundreds of people that I have coached throughout the course of my life and my professional career is that until you take responsibility for the role that you played in whatever the situation was, until you take responsibilities, really just kind of accepting that, okay, this wasn't good, this didn't turn out good, this relationship wasn't great, these circumstances weren't what I wanted, but what role did I play in this? What did I do, right, to encourage this to prolong and go on for as long as it did? Because a lot of times we find ourselves in situations where we see what's going on, but we pretend we're not seeing what's going on because we don't want to face the reality of the situation. And then we hang around and we hang around and we hang around, hoping, praying that things are going to change, that things are going to turn around. And then a lot of times we walk away bitter and broken, right? We walk away bitter and broken from a lot of circumstances, a lot of relationships, a lot of situations, bitter and broken. That's how we walk away. And our thing is, what did we do, right? What did we do? Right now, I know some people are going to say that, well, a lot of times it's not my fault. It's not my. But what responsibility do you take for anything? Not for you contributing to you being hurt, but for you contributing to the longevity of you being hurt, right? So I'm not saying that you're taking responsibility because the person hurt you in a relationship. And I'm not necessarily talking about physical abuse, right? Just that the person was deceitful and downright no good to you, that sort of stuff. You didn't contribute to that necessarily, right? But at what point did you contribute to the longevity of you being hurt? And what I mean by that is there a lot of times there's a point where we realize that we need better, that we can do better, that we should be living better, that we should have happiness, right? But for whatever reason, we were stuck in that situation where we don't feel like we have what it takes to move on or whatever the case is. And that's where self responsibility comes in. And I think one of the things about taking responsibility for our actions, and sometimes in relationships, we're also the cause of some of the dirty dynamics, the nastiness, or whatever the case is. Sometimes we contribute to it, and so sometimes we have to take full responsibility for what's going on, or at least partial responsibility for what's going on. But one of the things about taking responsibility is it's the word accountability, right? Taking accountability, and I think it's really difficult sometimes for you to be able to heal, right, completely or close to, or to grow beyond the moment and the situation that you found yourself in if you don't take responsibility. Because what responsibility does is it allows you to learn. See, if you don't take responsibility for the things that you have done wrong in your life, or in certain situations that you found yourself in, or in some relationships that went bad, if you don't take responsibility, what happens is it clouds your judgment from really learning about the things that you can improve on when you move forward to another relationship, the stuff that will help you grow. Because if you just spend your time just blaming, well, this is what she did to me, and this is what he did to me, and this is what they did to me, and what did you do to keep yourself in that situation? Or what did you do to contribute to a lot of the nasty dynamics or whatever was going on in that situation? Because sometimes, I hate to say it, sometimes we're not always innocent, right? Sometimes we had a role to play, if not even contributing to it, as I said previously, but to the longevity of the situation and how long that type of distastefulness and distrust and just a really bad dynamic, how long did it prolong, right? How long did it go on a lot of times that has to do with some of the decisions that we also made. So when you take accountability, then I think you can learn. What can I learn from this situation? If you're not taking responsibility for anything that has gone wrong in your life and you're just blaming people, then to me you're not going to have an opportunity to learn, because you're putting up kind of a defensiveness in front of an opportunity to learn. So you're becoming very defensive to an opportunity to learn. And anytime you've been through any situation, whether it's gone good or it's gone bad, it has provided you with that opportunity to learn. But if you're not taking accountability for anything, then you're not going to learn, because you keep on blaming everyone for all your problems, except maybe also looking at what role did you play. So you will find it really difficult to grow. And to me, that's where true growth really occurs. It's obviously from within. And one of the ways it occurs is obviously from you taking responsibility for the things that you've done. Look, I'm not going to be blind to the fact that, sometimes we end up in really tricky situations in relationships, in a professional life, and people can do you really, really bad. But what have you learned from the situation? Or if you have contributed in some way to the demise of your professional career or the demise of your relationship, your personal life, what role did you play? And what are you going to do to make sure that that doesn't happen again? Right? What are you going to do to make sure that that doesn't happen again? As I said, it's so easy just to throw stones out there and just blame everybody for everything that is wrong in your life. Because you go on to become a bitter person. A lot of times we go on to become bitter people. And what that does is we move into a relationship being bitter from the previous relationship. Or we see everyone as like them, like the other person who hurt us. When that is not true, because if everyone was bad, this world would be an even more effed up place than it really is. So that's simply not true. And we have to be able to treat people as individuals and see them as individuals. It doesn't mean you put on your blinders and you don't take your experiences from the past into the future, but you can't blame the people in the future for the stuff that happened in your past, because then you won't have a future with anyone, right? Whether it's your professional career, especially your personal career. It's hard to blame people that you have not even met, or people that you're now meeting, for the fact that you don't feel like you could love someone, right? Put all that blame back. Put that blame on them because someone from your past didn't love you the right way. No, you can't love someone who is in your future or in your present the right way. I mean, that is completely unfair. And that sets you up for a very lonely, bitter life. And that's just not something that you could do. You have to be able to learn from your past, right? And keep an open eye as you venture off into the future. So that's what I want to talk about today, this whole idea of self-responsibility. Let me know how you taking accountability for certain things in your life, for certain situations that have, not always worked out the way it was supposed to work out. How did you handle those types of situations? And then what did you learn from them? Please share so that we all can learn and grow. But I think self-responsibility is important. I mean, I think it's really difficult to move ahead, look ahead, and grow going forward if you don't take accountability for the things that you've done in the past that have you living in the situation that you're currently living in, or dealing with the circumstances that you're currently dealing with, right? You can't just not look at your role in your unhappiness, right? So don't forget to subscribe, and please turn on your post notifications, because I post almost every single day, at least several times a week. Also, don't forget to share and hit the like button. Those two things help the channel grow. And I'm working on growing the channel, so I really appreciate if you do that. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. So drop your comments down below. Also, if you have any ideas for videos that you would like me to make, I'll encourage you to leave me a message there also in the comments, or just send me your topics on Instagram as well, and I'll definitely try to respond and make those videos. So thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. I know you could be watching anyone else's video, so I want to thank you for taking the time to watch me. Take care. Until then, peace.